Today we're gonna clean out the blow-off valve. Or not clean it. I'm not sure if it's dirty. Now, I've had a Boomba blow-off valve for almost 3 years. It was like the first mod I did to my car, because who doesn't want that loud, obnoxious sound on their car? That was me. So I bought one. First mod I've done. Now, I'm not sure how it's been holding up with 3 winters now, with salt and all that other stuff. So I'm curious to see how it's holding up, if there's any kind of like oil coming out of it or anything. But we're gonna check it out, and it might kind of like guide us towards our next mod if we need like an oil separator, or I'm just overall curious to see what it looks like. The tools we're gonna need for this are very basic. Like, you don't need anything really fancy. I want all the fancy stuff, but I don't have it, and I still get the job done. But we're gonna need our jack stand, our torque wrench. I'm lazy, that goes faster. And then you're gonna need a toolbox so that you can dig through all of it and figure out what Allen key you need to get the blow-off valve off, which I think I know what it is. But I'm one of those people that just digs through the toolbox and finds the right head for it. What I'm going to use, and I see a lot of people using just like socket attachments, is when I put my blow-off valve on, I just used like this kit, and it was really simple because it got up in there, and I think the piece I need is one of these, but that got right up in there and worked perfectly fine. I didn't have to like work around anything with a long socket extension. So, but we're gonna get the tire off and lift the car up, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I know. Get a breaker bar. But I didn't have one in stock in my local store. So guess what? I'm going to use this. And it worked. I'm just trying to prove a point that you don't need all the fancy stuff. You see all the big time YouTubers and car people making videos. I just use a little socket. A little bit of this. I didn't have a problem. Like I said, all you need is some small stuff and ambition. And stupid things to do. Well, you guys took a tumble. Alright, so the one necessity that you need in your garage when you do car stuff is like a mat or something on the ground. And if you've been around, you know what I like to use? It's your childhood race car mat. I'm not sure if this is the exact one from when I was a kid, but it's pretty awesome. Just a little foot power, get that wheel off. But as you can tell, I live somewhere where it snows, and winter is never good. Actually, that just looks terrible. Other than watching other YouTubers putting coilovers and stuff on. I think it's something I might want to do because you can see those. And they're nasty. But what we have to do is it's going to be hard to see, and I will try to get you guys up in there. Maybe get my flashlight on it. So our blow-up valve is right there. That little vacuum line coming off. Now it doesn't look that dirty. I believe it's made out of billet aluminum. So we just got to get our sockets up in there and take it off. But I only have two hands, so I'm just going to point my camera in there and hopefully you can see. If not, I'll try to give you guys like the best illustration of how to get that on and off. If not, I'll put a link in the description to Boomba Racing's website, and they have a video on how to put that on. So this is where I just go through and find whatever I can that fits, because I think it's a C5. But I got a box of tools and one of them might work. It's gonna be a tight fit. So I think this is the one we need. Zoom. Either way, I'll put it in the description what size you need if you wanna kind of use this as an install guide video, which would be cool. If not, it'll be a I've used this for almost 3 years kind of video, so that you have an idea of what yours might look like if you're running one, or maybe a different one. I know there's a few kinds, but they must all get dirty the same way. But the one other thing I forgot that you need is some needle nose pliers. We gotta get that vacuum line off, and then we'll pop it out. Alright, so I changed my mind. I am going to use a socket and extension, but an alternative thing, this will work also, and this was only like $5 at Lowe's. Got a couple pieces in it. And it had the exact one that I needed. So, alternative, I guess, if you need it. I'm going to try to get you guys up in there. I'm sorry if you're not going to be able to see, because I can't really get a light in there. I'm going to try my best. Alright, so I literally found the best spot that I could show you guys. The only problem is, you're in my way. So I'm going to have to back you up a little bit, and hopefully you can still see, but you get the idea. We have to take that screw out, that screw out. There's a screw behind this little cut mark, and then we gotta pop this vacuum line off. But I think I can get the line off with you sitting right there. Alright, so I have the vacuum line off, and then we're gonna try to take those screws out. I really wish I could just set like the camera right here so you can see it. So we'll get this off first. So you can see that the screw right there and the screw right there will take this off, which our map sensor right here is kind of attached to it, and then it'll free up us to get that last bolt. But there's definitely not a lot of room in there. That last little bolt was a pain, and I actually had to go get an Allen set to get it off. If you have the like socket long Allen key things, probably be your best choice. But anyways, we got it off. We got the bracket, which right there is that little like map sensor, so that clips right onto that. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description to Boomba's video, and I'll show you how to put it on, and you'll get the idea. But we got it off, and this is what it looks like. Now, I don't know if you can see in that, but there is some oil in there, which leads me to what I should probably do next, is get an oil separator, and that should stop some of that oil blowing through that. But we also means we need to get in there and clean out any oil. Clean out any oil that was in that. So we're just going to use a paper towel, clean it up, clean the blow-off valve off, which, other than a little bit of mud that's on it, I think that's mud at least, not too bad. Alright, so we cleaned the oil out of that part. Now, you can kind of see the oil right there. But we're going to clean this up and try to make it look new. Which, other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Like I said, I've been using this for about 3 years, through 3 winters, and it looks pretty darn good. Alright, so there we go. Now I got the silver one. They come in a few different colors. I really wanted the red one, but I didn't really see a point. And this was a few dollars cheaper because it was silver. But we're going to reinstall it, which I probably won't show you too much of because it's boring and you can't really see it. You can always refer back to that video I put in the description. It's pretty simple. I mean, they made it. They put it on. You should watch that video. It's down there. But we're going to put this back on now that it's all clean. And this was actually a pretty good, I don't really want to say experiment, because it was something I wanted to do, I needed to do. Cleaned it off, but it definitely showed me that I need a oil separator, because there is a little bit of oil that was going through that. Wasn't a whole lot if you saw, like 3 years worth, and there was just a little guy there, but I don't know how much actually has been like being dispersed anywhere around in here. I mean, it looks decent, but there is a little bit of stuff in there which might have come from this. When it opens up, it might just get rid of the oil. But we're going to put it back on, make sure it works, make loud noises in the garage. But I'll see you guys then. Alright, so we just put the vacuum line back on. We're going to put the tire and everything back on. Test it out, of course, in the garage where it's as loud as possible. Now, if blow-off valve is something you're looking into, whether you don't like the stock one, or you just want one to be loud and obnoxious, you'll hear mine. I did some research before I bought mine and found that Boomba makes the loudest one that I've heard so far. And I like it. If it's something you're looking into, I'll give you a little clip at the end of this of what it sounds like. I believe if you upgrade your turbo, you might have to switch over to their universal one. I believe this is made for the OEM turbo. So you might have to, depends on how you upgrade it, but I'll quit talking now. We'll just get to the sound. I guess that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you can use that kind of as like an install, or to see kind of if that's something you're interested in, what it sounds like. But hope you guys will stick around. We got some more stuff coming up. Maybe an oil separator, if you saw that. But I'll see you guys in the next video.